What's going on, good people of the internet? It is time for the first episode of Comics Unmasked. It feels good to be back in doing this stuff. This is the show where a bunch of folks talk about comic books and such. Man, I've been waiting for this, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, I've been hyped about this. I got the logo made. I started bringing folks on. It has been such a fun experience bringing folks together for this, and I'm hyped. And I hope y'all are hyped too. And this isn't gonna be like a super in-depth episode. This is just kind of sort of trying to get a vibe and let people know how we are as people, because we have four standard hosts. Smark is going to be coming around every once in a while when he has time, because man is taking off work for this, and we appreciate him. So otherwise, we're just going to be having fun every other week and just vibing with y'all. So hopefully y'all are down to clown. And as Miley Cyrus says, we are going to be pop locking and polka dotting. So let's get with it. And that was a very dated reference, and I don't care. All right. To my far left, we have the girl who apparently is going to play football after this. I don't know why, but she definitely is the goat out here, dropping the hottest of takes and pissing off the internet. Astro, how you doing?
So good. I'm so good. Here's my little clown figurine that I made. So, thank you for the amazing introduction. If you know my face, then you know that I am the Wonder Woman girl. I wrote my undergraduate thesis on Wonder Woman, did a very, very fun comparison between the feminist ideologies of Marston and Tom King. It was a long year. It was a really long year, but now I get to make videos for everybody and do collages. So it's okay. And
And
I
you
share my
piss off
knowledge to
collectors
you.
everywhere with just piss off all the collectors who are like, you're desecrating comics.
Pissing
And
off
I'm
Tom
gonna
King
need a
fans
copy.
and comic collectors.
I'm gonna need to read that thesis though. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that
Oh
sounds
I
yeah,
got you. I got you.
definitely. I'm gonna be reading that.
most definitely, most definitely. Then we have the man who was fashionably late, but is the king of Star Wars knowledge. We have Darth Choco. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Sorry, it's having some technical difficulties, but I am excited to get in here and talk comics because I talk so much Star Wars that people forget that my first geekdom is Marvel Comics, is buying my Spider-Man comics and going up hiding in a tree and reading them up there. I don't know why I was in a tree, but it was a cherry tree. And so it was just eating cherries and
All right, go
It's
on.
good.
Are you a
It was good times.
folklore? Are you a full American folktale character? Like, I climb
I'm
in my tree and I read my comics.
It's lore. It's lore.
I swear to God, though, I am a magical Negro to like a few people's stories. Because okay, you know how I am. I'm just like I'm nice to people, and like that's just kind of my thing. And I've seen like people one time I saw a girl crying. This was up in Northern California. It's like out of water fountain, and I was like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And like, so I gave life advice to this random girl. So I know that there's a folklore story of like the magical Negro
See,
who appeared out of
see,
nowhere to
but
help
now,
guide your life, and then I disappeared into the mist.
now, now, I imagine you're like the Key and Peele skit though, where he keeps trying to be the magical Negro people, but they don't actually need his help, and it's like, go away. Like, I
No,
see what you're doing here, son. I'm trying
but
to
see,
provide you with advice. Like,
I will always love though that like multiple astronomy club sketches became movies for a little bit there, because you had like the horror movie one, then you had the magical Negro one, and it was like
Mhm.
if you knew what that was from, it was funny. But like everybody else online was like, "This is horribly racist. Why are we doing this?" It's like you don't get the joke. It doesn't
not
like it
in
doesn't
on it.
compute. Then we have the man who apparently has split personality disorder while he is at his job. Man is out here scaring people as a clown on the daily. B-Rax, how you doing, fam?
I am doing great. I am just a comic fanatic who's been reading comic books for longer than he probably should have been reading actual books at that time. And so by this point, I've read almost everything DC related that my dad has collected, and then the DC app has been absolutely amazing for me when I'm bored at work and I can just start throwing out random bits of information that I'm finding on there.
Nice, no. Yeah, no, I was reading Mr. Terrific yesterday, and I'm sitting here like, this is gonna anger me once this is canceled, because nobody's gonna read it, and no one's gonna pre-order it. And everyone's like loving the fact that this autistic black man was in this Superman movie. And the
But
minute
nobody's
the
going to go pick it up.
like they're not gonna go pick it up,
No,
and it's not
literally.
like they're calling it like Mr. Terrific Year One, but it's never gonna have a sequel or like an ongoing because nobody
Nope,
knows
you're
about
gonna
it or
get that one
cares.
volume, and you'll be able to put that on your shelf and be like, "Thank you. We at least got this in the year of 2025."
And like it's gonna be like how when the Black Lightning TV show came out, they like repackaged that Black Lightning Year One trade from like a decade ago and was like, "Here you go, read this," and it's like this has no context to anything that's going on right now.
I had no clue. Like, as soon as I picked that up and I was trying to relate everything to the TV show there, I was lost at that point. And then let alone I was still in high school-ish, and so I was like, my brain hasn't quite developed completely yet to figure out why this isn't connecting in my head.
All right, then we have our special guest who, man, is playing hooky from the job out here with the merch on. Apparently is the second most knowledgeable person about Star Wars in the room. Smark, how you doing, fam?
I'm doing great. When I heard this was happening, I was like, inevitable. I'm gonna have to be here now. Like I gotta pull out something. I'm gonna do this prompt. Sure, why not?
That came out
For
of
those
nowhere.
just
Excited to be
listening,
here.
he literally just pulled out Thanos' gauntlet.
So good. That was so
For
good.
everybody who needs to know,
Right, is
Thanos
this a
gauntlets
video?
snap.
I forgot.
Oh no, like what I'm doing is like I'm recording the video and then I'm doing the audio only to start off with, and then like this will be a lost episode later on that people can like pop later on. Like I'll put a little bit like, hey yo, donate a couple dollars. Here you go. Here's a little like video version
Oh my
of things.
god.
A
Lost
lost
content.
episode.
Oh my god. So this is on the paywall, so I can do that. I gotta do that extra good stuff. All right.
You gotta
But
drop
yeah,
the
no,
lore now.
I love. I've been a comic book guy my whole life. Some people call me around some of these corners. I'm known as Doctor Inhumar because I only love Terrigen Queens. I only love my Terrigen Queens.
This,
Low snap.
I immediately
Low
pictured
snap.
in my head like Inhuman Queens forever, mutant queens never, and I'm like,
No, it's Muty. No, it's Muty Bunnies never. Terrigen Queens forever. Muty Bunnies never. I love my Inhumans.
I wasn't prepared, yo. All right, so we'll have to definitely bring him back on when he's not playing hooky for more content, and that was great. First of all, we were just gonna talk about Deadpool Batman, then talk about next week's books because we're trying to structure this to where this comes out on Tuesday, new books come out on Wednesday. But then the DC's December solicitations dropped and just screwed that whole plan up because holy crap. And we're not gonna like go through every like solicit bite by bite because like half the solicitations is just DCKO and like half of it's redacted because we don't know what the heck is going on. But for some reason, Scott Snyder was on the greatest chemical like reaction ever of acid and was like, hey yo, I'm about to just scare the living nightmare out of everybody on Twitter, and was like, hey yo, here's the picture of Absolute Joker. And I dead ass was at work, and I just sat there in confusion because we've seen Absolute Freeze. Freeze looked like a damn horror movie icon. We saw Bane, and Bane is literally double the size of Bruce, and Bruce is already 6'4", something like that, 6'4", and like apparently Bane is like 16 foot, and you're like, huh? But like, and it's so confusing. But then you see Joker, and you're just like, this is appalling. This is terrifying. And
Appalling.
like you what was it? One of the hosts of the Gatecrashers podcast straight up said, like, no, I've had talks with Snyder about this. Like, he's playing into the mythology of the clown to screw with everybody now. And I'm like, what drugs were you on that day at DC?
The
Amen
mythology
on
of the
that.
clown. Iconic.
Well, like, and I loved what Astro said. Like, I like when we were talking off camera about this, and I like you got to break this down for people. Like what is your vision for how Snyder approached this?
No,
See,
because every single time
it
these
makes me
release, because of course it's a conversation between artist and writer. So every single time I just imagine like Scott walks in, he takes the Zin out of his mouth, just drops it on the table. They're used to this by now. He has a little table and tray for it, and then he crushes his coffee, and then he says, "You guys, I was reading some Edgar Allan Poe last night, and you won't imagine what I saw. It's like, okay, Scott.
I mean, this is pretty accurate because I've met Snyder like right when Dark Knight's Metal was coming out, and like man was already like sleep deprived around when Metal came out because he had just had a kid while doing this entire event. And when you hear his
That's an artist. That's a creative right there.
and like when you hear his pitches for like Barbatos and stuff like that, and you hear like how he thought of all these different Batmen, like ooh yeah nah, like Bat Doomsday was a whole thing, and Bat Aquawoman and stuff. You're like, bro, are you good? Like do you need help?
I need to pick his brain. I need to pick his brain.
And
shares in with him.
Like I remember, like
I need to study his brain.
Honestly, like I remember he like giving him my issue of Metal to sign, and he's just like, "Are you like?" Because he could tell I'm a blurred, and he was like, "Are you excited for Bat Cyborg?" I'm like, "That's a thing." He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, oh god, because
He saw your soul.
Character. Like he saw me, like Cyborg's one of my favorite characters. And I have a lot of hatred for Jeff Johns because of like Flash Rebirth and Green Lantern Rebirth, but I love him for putting Cyborg on the League. But like, damn, like when Snyder saw me, I was confused. But like, I need y'all some like reactions about Joker because I'm horrified right now.
For this one, when it came and it came across the TikTok, I immediately went to Reddit. I went to everywhere just to make sure that this was real because I was sitting there like, there's no way that it looks like the kaiju to me. That's what I'm envisioning. I'm thinking he's gonna come in, be a full lizard over Gotham, some kind of just spread out everything, causing some mayhem gas, and that's what I was immediately thinking. I was thinking like Batman, he's getting eaten at this point. He's already been burned. He's already been chopped up. He's already been beat into a pulp. He's getting eaten at this point. He's going into Joker at this point. I have no clue what they're doing to him anymore.
You know, I almost regret what we were talking about last week, you know, because we were talking about different versions of the Joker, and I was like, you know, I really liked the Batman where he was a little bit, you know, he was a little bit more physical, a little bit more feral. And then I feel like that he went too feral with it. He's like, what if Joker but Satan? And I don't know. It's weird.
What's the Smark? You got something to say, man?
He's trying to say something.
You muted him?
He's gonna speak up here in a minute. It's okay. He'll figure it out.
oh, he's broken. He's broken. We'll come back. It's fine. We'll figure it out. But like, I will say, I was already concerned when Joker was. He'll come back. But like, I was already concerned when Joker appeared and was like, it had a full body casing of babies. Like that was already a concern in Absolute Batman. I'm already like, this is rough enough. But you're telling me this casing of babies turns him into this? Like. So I need to know like the strain of drugs that Snyder has at his desk, bro. Like it needs to be studied. Like it doesn't make sense.
I promise you, as a horror writer, it's the brain. I think Snyder sits in a dark room for a few hours when the kids are asleep.
That's all it is. He just sits in the dark room
and I don't know what's scarier.
And he's just like, I have a piece of quiet for a moment. What can I allow my brain to think about? And then it just goes into darker and darker places because that's all he's got right now.
All right.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah. Discord just died on
go.
me. Discord just went, we don't want you here anymore. So yeah, no, like horrifying. Like, can we swear on this?
Yes,
like, can we say?
It's Martin explicit on Spotify. You're good.
Holy fuck! Like, what the hell is that, Scott? Like, holy shit! Like, and like for me, like I like that it still has like comical, like almost whimsical aspects to it because that tale is very like. That's a comical devil's tale. That's a very like whimsical thing that devil would be. And you say like Scott like plays on like, you know, like old mythos of clown. I think back to Batman Endgame, which is like, you know, was Scott's big like cap off for that. He revealed that Eric Border was the Joker the whole time. It was like Border, an ancient word that meant jester. I'm like, oh, you're digging deep. It's like, oh, well, what's he gonna dig in for this one? It's like, oh, that's horrifying.
No, it's really cool. Clowns are a special fixation of mine. I don't know if we can tell. I love making clowns, but clowns are very fascinating. Like thinking about gestures and the idea of a gesture. There was such a thing as a natural born fool, which is individuals with neurodivergency, Down syndrome, and then there was pretend fools kind of thing. I forget the word, but it was a different kind of thing. So there were a lot of courts that had these fake kind of fools, but then natural born fools where they were kind of protected and lavished. And yes, it was seen of as like a pet kind of way, which is like not the best, but they were taken care of in regards to how at that time individuals with disabilities were treated. So like to think of in that sense, just because whenever I open the Absolute Batman, I think very more down to earth, which is so funny to say considering the topic at hand. And maybe it's just because of the Bruce of it all and like growing up where he grew up and knowing these people, but it feels like a more realistic take on kind of what happens to individuals in these situations and stuff like that, and an actual conversation about disability. So I don't know. I think it's really cool to see, even if that itself, like the natural born fool, is not implemented. I think it's cool to think about hierarchy in this kind of sense.
Right. And like I
Mhm.
genuinely am of the opinion that I love that Marvel and DC are trying to sort of like create new approaches to these heroes when it comes to like both you have the Absolute Universe, you have the redone Ultimate Universe right now. And that's cool, but I feel like all the genius ideas are being spent on these two universes while the main universe is just doing goofy Silver Age stuff. Like we're literally getting DC KO in December. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? And I was talking about it on TikTok earlier. I was like, it feels as if Marvel specifically doesn't know what to do with Black Panther because they're throwing all the good ideas at Black Panther and Ultimate right now, and it's like that's cool. But it honestly just feels like they wrote themselves into a corner over the years with like Priest's run and Coates' run. Like M'Baku is very much a black stereotype by calling himself Man Ape. You can't really talk about M'Baku in the current canon. Killmonger was a one-off villain in Priest Run, so despite how awesome Cooler made him, you keep trying to bring him back, but it doesn't work. So we'll put him in the Ultimate Run and make him be popular because everyone thinks Killmonger is the shit, except for his haircut being populated everywhere now. And and then you have Nakia over like who was like a villain in the Priest Run, and then it's like okay, cool, we'll just put Storm in this new universe ahead of time, and then Okoye is married to T'Challa, and I'm like, what? It's just confusing, bro. So like, but what's so cool about Absolute Batman is like we're gonna make him be bare bones as shit. He's not rich. He ain't got no money. He's just doing all this. He's swinging axes at people, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's
I
Yeah,
fun.
think that's one of the things is they fixed one of the biggest criticisms that everybody had with Batman was like, oh, he's rich, he can spend his money and fix everything with just donating it, and that's what he should have been doing and stuff like that. So I'm glad that they took that like little nitpick away from the audience to be like, all right, here you go. Here's a Batman that's on your street level and everything like that. He's not coming in with all these big fancy gadgets that he's able to get out of nowhere. It actually makes some sense on him building
yeah.
something for himself. He does things for himself. It gives that extra essence of Batman being a genius behind it, not just the detective genius, but also being, hands-on mechanical, knowing how to shape those batarangs and just stuff like that.
No, it's sick. And my last paper of my senior year was regarding fan culture and comics, and I touched about this just because I think it's really interesting how writers and artists are so afraid to touch mainline, even though we view mainline as kind of a cyclical thing. But maybe it's just the essence of publication right now, maybe it's just storytelling right now, but I think we're very scared of cyclical stories and the cyclical nature. DC is, at least I can say confidently. So when it comes to like the ultimate and the absolute universe, what I talked about in my paper is that nobody's going to get mad at decisions and things done in absolute and ultimate universes. Nobody's going to get mad because it's not implemented into mainline. And they have the opportunity now to like leech ideas that work in fan reception and put that into mainline, which as a Wonder Woman fan, I'm frustrated. I don't know how amazing of an
Mm.
approach that is to have something that is so awful and nobody cares about, and it's done for reasons that are just not true to the character. And then Miss Thompson being a Hellenic baddie and doing her research and all this stuff. It's so, I don't know. It's an interesting dichotomy that I don't understand why artists are so intent, or like at the industry is so intent on, because it's like cyclical. Like these are, I don't know. That's the name of the game.
I mean, you definitely make up a really good point because one thing that I definitely am concerned about is you have the situation, like I even kind of put this out earlier with like Ultimate Spider-Man is a perfect example where like you have Mary Jane, you have kids, you have progression in comic books. And I've been saying for years that the sliding time scale is getting old. Like we're even to the point now that we have another generation of sidekicks behind like the Mileses, the Kamalas, and stuff like that now, where we have like a Moon Knight kid, a Ghost Rider kid, Spider Boy, and it's like
I
how
don't
do
know
we,
who those kids are.
right, like it's like that, I don't know who these kids are, like what's going on, and it's just like I remember the day Spider Boy came out, and like all the white fans were like, "Hey, yo, now we don't have to worry about Miles Morales," and I'm like, "Hold up, no, hold on, like you better calm down, like that's not how this works." And
What
right
does it
now,
even mean?
because everyone's hated Miles for years. That think he's a
No,
token.
yeah, but like,
Like they're like now we don't have to worry about like Peter giving a legacy to a black kid. They're like, oh, we don't have to worry about that anymore. And it's like, okay.
I mean, I say, what do you mean?
Right.
Because it's like to think that like a spider board is gonna last as long as Miles Morales has is kind of absurd. That's why I say, what do you mean?
And like they even gave us a
Yeah,
Spider
Miles.
Girl.
I'm gonna say Miles with a movie and video games. Like, yeah, sure, Spider Boy's gonna overtake that.
And then what's so crazy is I've been rereading Cody Ziegler's run, which Cody Ziegler, if you are hearing this, please, I would love to have you on the show. But like I've been loving how like yes, Bendis created him, but I will always say that Bendis, it's cool. You got your invitation to the cookout. It's okay. But like other writers can come in and write your characters. Like Eve Ewing did very good with Riri, and now we have the TV show. Solid and Ahmed tried. Like it was alright. It wasn't the best thing, but it was alright. Like I'm not gonna knock him for trying. But then you have Cody Ziegler,
I will say,
who's
Saladin, if you're listening, I love you. Please
oh,
come on
oh
the
you know,
show.
like his Black Bolt's great. Like I love him as a writer, but like his Miles
just a
was
shout out to you, Saladin. I
this,
love you.
this inhuman loving man, I swear. His Miles run wasn't as great, but then you get to Cody Ziegler's run, and like not only is Cody Ziegler embracing the young slang like element of it, like say what you will about the IGN thing, but like the joke of the exaggeration of a black team, but like there's a point to be made there where Bendis was just writing the same character in every book, where you had like Tony, you had Riri, you had like Doctor Strange, you had the X-Men all sounding the same. Same thing with Miles, where like they all sounded the same. But then you get to Ahmed, and Ahmed was trying. He was doing a decent job. But then you get to Ziegler, and you have like shorter sentences. You're having like the cutoff of certain things, like doing instead of doing. Like it feels more authentic, and it feels more believable. And I very much ride with it because you can hear like the tone more authentically through a writer who understands that background. And like there's a better balance of
Odin's fade.
man, listen.
I was in my head the whole time. That was
I
in
was
my head.
thinking that too.
Listen.
Then
He said the script was written before, but like before he saw the pages. Like, listen, we didn't know. It's okay. That was his one mess up.
That's so funny.
You're allowed one mess up. It's okay. But like his main Miles book is so good. Because like hell, I'm at the part where he interacts with Blade and Blade's daughter, and there's this really good thing where after they beat the vampire bad guy and Miles is asleep because he's pooed from using all of his electric powers in the back seat, Blade and Brielle are just talking, and it feels very authentic of a dad and a daughter, a black dad and a black daughter just chatting. and it's real authentic. Like there's a moment where Rio just goes, "Man, Mom told me you were a cornball," and he's like, "Your mama don't know what she's talking about." And it's like that feels real. That feels so
No,
real, and
yeah.
it's so authentic. So it's like I love that we're getting a more like authentic take now. But it's like the people who don't want Miles to be present, this is the content I can show them now and be like, leave my man's alone. I wanna enter an age where like we revisit the Parker Industries era of Peter, where he can be a Tony
Thank
Stark
you.
esque character and retire, and then let Miles be the Amazing Spider-Man.
Thank you.
Speak on it, girl. Speak on it.
It is so it's one of those things. It's like, and I will use this to transition into Deadpool Batman because
Yes.
the things
Yes.
I could say about a legacy character.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it's one of those things that like ooh,
Ooh,
funny.
hollow
It's one of
poker.
those things that's really cool with Miles as a character and how Miles has been able to grow. And I don't like it hasn't been a long time, but it's been enough of a time where mistakes like that can be made and all this stuff, and then you can have a Spider-Verse kind of deal. And like at the end of the day, when Miles' mom is blessing him with the bendiciones, I'm sobbing, crying in my theater. Like I'm so like, okay, wow, that's really cool. And that takes care within a character. Like that investment in that doesn't happen overnight. You have to get multiple voices and multiple people to invest in this character. And when I open up a Deadpool Batman, a Marvel DC crossover, and I see Trinity.
Man,
I
you have no idea. The
I
whole
oh
backstory, like the whole short story is so good. And then I see this little girl in the bottom panel, and I'm like, why are you here? Get out. No one likes you. Like Tom King is my biggest op. Like my hatred list of people I can't stand goes Tom King, the Church of Scientology, Dwayne Johnson, and Kevin Hart, and like that entire list. Oh yeah, and then the number 5 is Rob Liefeld. But
there you go.
in general, you look at that issue and the whole story. Like, yeah, it's a little weird that you don't have an America Chavez situation where like she punches Hitler. She's like, no, like don't kill him. It's okay. It feels a little jarring, but like the whole thing is so well written, so beautiful art by Terry Dodson, so well done. And then you see this little girl that shouldn't exist, and you're just like, I get out. Get
With an
out.
older Bruce, it makes me good. And like, okay. The thing about this story, as a Wonder Woman fan, I don't mind it, genuinely. I think my biggest gripe is that it shouldn't be Hitler. My biggest gripe is that it shouldn't be Hitler because if we have a Maxwell Lord, then we're already kind of this in this like fantastical, like, these are analogies. Like, keep the swastika up because that is important, yes. But when you have actual Hitler, and you try to insinuate to me that Hitler crawled away in front of Wonder Woman and Captain America and then offed himself. I'm after Wonder Woman just gave this whole thing of like the world will kill him. And then the world didn't kill him. It's one of those things that I genuinely, because I love the camaraderie these two soldiers have. I loved the acknowledgement of warriorhood and being like, you dropped your gun, I dropped my sword, but it's like you can make that point without it being real life Hitler.
Yes. And
It
then
felt
my
like it
favorite.
robs the whole situation of closure. And like, and by the way, my camera can't come back on.
That's fine.
My power went out and I can't
Oh,
turn it back on. So I'm
oh,
on my phone right now.
that's fine. We're glad you're here. You sound great. But go ahead, speak on it. Oh, Choco's dead.
I don't know. I mean, I did enjoy seeing them together. Like that was just a perfect pairing, and I do like though to see Diana off people. You know, it's because she's from a different time, a different culture. I don't know.
It's like
I had mixed feelings
She
about that.
like Diana is the people, like one of the character heroes. I don't mind seeing them kill. Like Diana should be offing dudes. Like that's just to me, like that's how it is. Like,
Well, like, and I forget who said it. It might have been Lakara. Like, someone said a long time ago that like the difference between Bruce and Superman and Wonder Woman ideologically is that Bruce won't do what needs to be done in those instances. Superman has the power to do those things, but he chooses not to. Wonder Woman will put a person down if it means saving lives. If you read the comic where she offs Lord, you understand her. You may not like what she did, but she does what needs to be done. And even in the New 52, she has moments like that where she's like, the difference between you and me is I get shit done. And you're like, bravo. And a lot of the time, like, she'll rehabilitate villains a lot of the time. That's why you don't have, like, a giant rogues gallery for her, like other characters. She definitely tries to habilitate characters. But what's so great about her is if she's not putting you down, you're gonna come with her and not be a trash human no more, unless it's like Cheetah or Giganta. Like, they'll redo those every once in a while. There's like 15 Cheetahs at this point. But, like, other than that, like, it very much is one of those things where Diana either tries to make you a sister or she's gonna put your ass down. There's no in between.
And I think it's
So,
one of those
like,
things where, oh no, continue, Choco. I was just going to talk about Amazonian mythology. Go all the way or don't.
oh, yeah. Just real. I mean, in regards to Bruce not kill, I love him not killing because it's him trying to not become the very thing that he abhors. You know, it's different reasoning. It's not that it is bad. And I just have kind of a distaste for this trope in media where you can, kill or maim or all the underlings, all the people who aren't responsible for like these are people who just like are poor and can't get jobs elsewhere. And then you get up to the very top person and you're like, but I can't kill them. And you're like, but
Thank you. Yeah.
but everyone else in the hospital, like they'll never walk again. Like what are they gonna do?
Exactly. Like I remember playing Arkham Knight when I was a kid, and like you saw like just whole bodies being flung against walls from the Batmobile, and you're like, that man is dead. Like that. Like that's not.
Yeah.
Like that's not
No,
alive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
it's
he had the
violent and
kinetic barrier that electroshocks them. They explain it in the game. It's an electroshock that
It's in
there.
fully contact.
Insane.
It's
Nonsensical.
explained.
Okay, if a car is going 70 miles per hour and hits you with a kinetic barrier, what do you think your insides go? You know what I mean? Like,
So
No, it
Also, go ahead.
go ahead. You're a good B-Rax.
Oh yeah, one thing that I was seeing too, I just feel like for some reason I felt like they were allergic of giving us that one shot that they like I knew should have been in there, and that's both of them hitting Hitler in the face. Like there
Thank
was
you.
multiple things that they could have done to
Thank
have put
you.
that in there because that was iconic stuff. I remember going through on the internet and seeing Captain America do it. I remember seeing pictures of Wonder Woman
Thank
doing it
you.
from past comics, and it's like, how could you guys like? I get the aspect you guys are trying to put in there. I understand it wasn't my favorite thing in the story, but like at least give us that. Give us seeing Hitler getting punched in the face.
Well, and like you could have even like did the inverse, like you said, and like because like we've seen Steve do it, we saw America Chavez do it. Like, how cool would it have been to see both of them punch Hitler in the face? Like, how cool would that have been? Where like one panel is this punch, the other panel is this punch. Like that would
And
have
story
been
end.
cool.
Story end.
Yes,
Done.
perfect.
Cut.
Exactly, right there would have been great.
No,
Like,
and it's
yeah.
one of and
my
like
only
with the
change.
Amazon. Yeah,
No,
with
go ahead.
with the well, I was saying with like the Amazonian thing, like what I was saying before, it's so fascinating because it's one of those things. Um, as someone that studies mythology as well as like practices it, it's so interesting how we take like this Western view of war and stuff like that. When in regards to how Ares, the god of war, was viewed, how like women like the Amazonians were viewed. War was a privilege in this time. Going to war and dying amongst people that respect and honor you was a privilege. To kill for what you believed in was a privilege. And I understand in the modern day being very afraid of violence you perpetuated and being very afraid of this kind of, well, let's not go too far mentality. But I think when you use Wonder Woman for that, you inherently stop saying Amazon then. like, stop using the mythology of like actual that people still pray to these gods and people still, and there's a movement and like all this, like I have candles everywhere, one's lit for Dionysus right now, like it's one of those things that's like, and that's why I adore what Kelly Thompson's doing in Absolute Wonder Woman, because there is reverence there. There is an
Yes.
idea of these beings being mythological, but they're not really involved in that way. They teach you something. So to have Diana be a figure, because like it feels like a poke and nod of like, oh, you put down your gun, I put down my sword, and it's like I get you're talking about that people didn't like Diana having a sword, but people didn't like Diana having a sword because it kind of, first of all, we didn't get cool action scenes like we used to with the whip, but it kind of limited her ingenuity. It kind of limited her as a warrior. And if you want to talk about like real Amazonian women, like the actual tribes of women, war was a privilege.
And not only that,
To live
it
was
kind
a
of plays into
privilege.
the Comics Code Authority issue where like they straight up made her less powerful, and plays into the factor of how Marston wanted her to just be subservient to Steve Trevor. So it's a multifaceted issue right there.
That's one thing that I'm concerned about this whole like DC KO stuff, because in my mind, Wonder Woman needs to come in there and just wipe the floor with everybody. That's just really what it needs to be in my
Yeah.
head. And like, I'm not trying to like glaze her up more than like what people think, but like, she's truly a lot stronger than Batman, a lot smarter than Batman, a lot stronger than Superman when it comes down to it, but they want to constantly nerf her down in every scenario just so that way these other two male characters can come in and actually, I hate to phrase it this way, but just swing their dicks around, you know? It's just like that's how it feels to me in some cases.
No,
What?
and
Yeah.
it's weird because it's like if you have a trinity, it's a trinity. It's they're either equals or they're not. And it's
Yes.
like this weird precedent that we have that like one's stronger than the other, one's better than the other, making Diana the child of a god. It's like I miss the days when we were a true trinity.
Well, like, and when you think about it, though,
Mhm.
like, I'm kind of glad that if you look at the solicitations for November and December, Kelly Thompson is the one writing the first absolute crossover, which is Wonder Woman and Batman, because she gets to control the dichotomy. She gets to control how it looks. And don't get me wrong, Snyder is very well like versed in not letting women be treated like shit. If you read his stuff, like he gave Diana a chainsaw, like he's not afraid
Iconic.
to let her pull up. So he was never going to let her be disrespected in any way, shape, or form. But I'm glad that Kelly Thompson gets to execute this the way she wants, with Snyder like cheered her on the background, like yeah, like it's a better dichotomy there. But let's swing into Deadpool Batman, because this book, my favorite moment of the whole thing. There's like is when Deadpool straight up says, "I can use the gravel in your voice to pave a road." Like before we even go anywhere, that was the best moment for me. Like it was just like Zeb Wells, like yeah, people didn't like your Spider Man, but damn, do you write a good Deadpool? Like you and Jim Zub are my favorite people now. Like good job.
I I didn't know how much I needed Joker being jealous of Deadpool. Like I think like
Same.
that's the one thing
Same.
that got it, where it's like Deadpool is like Batman's like he's better than you because he's self-aware. And I'm like, "Oh,
Too
As a
easy. It was
Joker
too
fan,
easy.
that hit me in the heart. As a Joker fan from day one, I was sitting there like, nah, Joker, you don't take that. You kill Deadpool now. This is not part of anything. Like it's you and Batman all day, every day. Get Deadpool out of there.
It was so
Don't let him
good.
take your man. Don't let him take your man.
Now, but now hearing this specific pitch though, it makes me want Gwenpool v Joker more than I want Deadpool v Joker. Because imagine the self awareness of Gwenpool versus him. That would be even more iconic, if you ask me.
No, it was fun. And having Deadpool there as kind of, it was really, I don't know. It was one of those things where first and foremost, I loved the Joker toxin of it all, and him just kind of like sitting with it and taking it. And I think like genuinely in that moment it was a turning point almost for Batman, where it was like, okay, get the fuck out of my city, but I I see what's going on here, and I appreciate whatever you just did.
It was very solid. I love his like just the back and forth with Gordon. Like I just like that back and forth was so solid, and just the
Iconic.
like I will say, just the idea that people were trying to like dick measure like Batman v Deadpool in this issue, I'm like, it's very obvious what they're doing. Like they're just having fun, and Deadpool is luring him in as a false sense of security. Why are we power scaling here? This is meant to be funny.
No,
Like,
it like Bruce saying I was never gonna get murdered.
mhm. like
He was
the,
never gonna get murdered.
like the moment Joker straight up is comparing his ass to Nightwing should tell you that you shouldn't be taking this very seriously. He straight
Dude,
up
neuro
said,
spicy. Joker said neuro spicy. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm gonna feel weird about that for a few weeks actually.
I mean,
Yep,
but I loved it.
That was my favorite line of the whole thing. I was just like, well, I mean, it made me feel partially seen, but then I'm like, but I ain't like that though.
And it felt very how do you do fellow kids. It wasn't like he was just a millennial. It generally felt like some how do you do fellow kids level ish. And it was very funny. I love that he tried to run on the cosmic treadmill and he was like, man, I'm gonna call Thawne. I ain't doing this. Like,
Crazy.
No, literally.
also, accountability buddy coming out of Joker's mouth felt so good because he's like, "Yeah, man, I need someone to hold me to my standards. Like, this could be good for me."
I love
Neuro
that dynamic
spicy
too.
coming out of Joker's mouth was crazy to hear. I'm neuro spicy.
It was just so iconic, and like it like especially when you see like the iconic low taper fade Joker from Capullo, where it's just like it feels just that really good level of balance where
It's so good.
like it's not Jim Lee Joker. You can't hear Jim Lee's Joker saying narrow spicy, but you can see Capullo's Joker having fun and being like, "Yeah, nah, how do you do, fellow kids? I can vibe. You wanna like talk about my ass? Like it's a vibe, right? Like it feels balanced."
No, it was quirky, and I think Sinclair captured that really. I don't know, like it was just so obviously like the clown like of it all, but it was also just well, obviously like the Deadpool self-awareness, like and all that, but I thought it was just so funny to have these characters kind of collide and you kind of see Joker lose power as the
Yeah.
panels go on. Like it becomes less clown-like, it becomes less, and it like like morphs into like the more muted yellowish style that we see in like a Deadpool panel or something like that.
Mhm. Very
Yeah,
actually.
I gotta say, like on the outset, I was not interested in this comic because
Oh.
it felt like a cash grab to me. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, oh well, you know, we can't sell anything unless we put Batman in it, and we can't sell anything unless we put Deadpool in it. Let's just put them in together. I don't know. Maybe that's hipster of me to be like,
I mean, at least we didn't get
Not
Batman
one on that.
Spider-Man because that would have annoyed me because I already can't stand like neckbeard Spider-Man fans who can't let go of Peter Parker. So the idea of both by like ops in comics like joining forces because at least Deadpool balances it out. But Peter Parker quirky with Bruce Wayne wouldn't have felt as genuine because you even see the one panel Bruce kind of cracks a smile. It's like, okay, I see what we're doing here. If Peter would have been there,
Yeah.
it would have just been like because there's that running joke for years that Peter Parker killed sidekicks. Like it would have just been Peter being a Robin at that point. It wouldn't have been fun. Here it feels like a good camaraderie.
And there's the thing, I
exactly
think
like they
really-
didn't nerf the voices of either of the characters, and
Yep.
you know what I mean.
And I think
See,
they're
I
doing
love
leaks right now. Oh, go ahead. Nope.
Well, I love that Batman didn't need to say much. Like, I love their quote unquote the Deadpool versus Batman fight, where it's like, oh, it seems we're evenly matched, Batman. We're not.
No.
Like, he's like, we're gonna meet our common differences. You knew you were in trouble. Like, I wasn't. In
I
trouble.
never said that.
I wasn't panicking. I never said that. Like, it's just like Batman plays again. Like, of course he plays the straight man, but like, there's something like extra like peanut butter and jelly here, like peanut butter and chocolate of like the straight man Batman and like, you know, the funny man Deadpool. It's just, it works so well.
Yeah, and I saw that they were talking about leaks when it comes down to the Spider-Man stuff, that they're teaming him up with Superman for next
Yeah,
year. Is that
Liefeld of
what
all
it was?
people said on Twitter that they're doing this, and I'm like, first of all, I don't know how I feel about Liefeld leaking this. Second of all, I could get down with that. Superman and Spider-Man feels more like a Nightwing Superman team up to me, where there's a respect there versus versus Peter just becoming a Robin. Like it feels more
Yeah.
like it would be like Iron Man and Spider-Man teaming up if it was Batman and Spider-Man, versus with Superman it would be like a Nightwing Superman dichotomy where like he respects where he came from in those ways.
Exactly.
No, and
Like
I,
I
I
can see
hope it's
that
an
more.
older Peter Parker kind of thing, just because I
Yes.
don't know, I want a more seasoned Peter kind of like talking to a Clark with children and so many kids that man has running around the house now. I don't know if we've read Superman all in read. It's so cute. It's so funny to me. But like I don't know. And at the end of the day, that's why like I think the pair ups in this comic are really they're cute, but I think they also speak to like a genuine understanding of similarities between these characters. I think there is like the traits and stuff they compare them to, like taking Wonder Woman and Captain America, taking a Deadpool and Batman, taking a Green Arrow and what's that silly man's
Daredevil.
name? Daredevil. Um I think there's something there where it doesn't really feel like a competition. And I think with kind of the DCKO going on, I think they well is this Marvel Publishing, right? Yes, it's right here. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
Marvel
it.
8th edition.
Um so I think there was definitely like to not make this seem like any power scaling thing at all, or like not even try to like compare those characters in a way. Like these characters are teamed up because there are inherent similarities here that you can decide what they are, and I think that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll say now moving on to the short stories. Um, I'm gonna try to get DC's attention here. DC, I need you to look me in my eyes for a second. Let Frank Miller rest, please. I'm tired of seeing Frank Miller drawn things. First, there was the Blade variant cover last year. Then there's the couple. Then there's the incentive cover for this book you put out, where comic publishers, comic book stores had to pre-order a certain amount of the cover A to get his shitty ass cover, and then you had him draw a 2-page Batman Wolverine
No, it makes me
fight.
feel bad. Like he got literally 2 pages.
Like it was so just like and the dialogue is so just like not good, and I'm like, let this old man rest. Like I'm
No, it made me
tired.
sad. Like, hey, look, he drew these 2 characters once.
Like
Do
like
you
like like
remember?
like it felt like that thing you put up on the fridge for your little kid. Like it felt like that. And I hate saying that about Frank Miller because like man wrote one of the most iconic Batman stories of all time. Only one, only 2 or 3. But like Master Race was horrible. I'm gonna say that right now. But like in general, it makes me sad because he has to be sitting on a truckload of money. He doesn't need money,
Oh,
so you
dude.
keep letting
Yeah.
him do shit for fun. It's like just give him a doodle pad, put him in the corner with a doodle pad, and like if he wants to sell sketches on his own website, cool, fine. Let the
And
weird
they'll sell.
exactly like let him just sell sketches. Like let him do his own thing, but stop publishing it, please.
You know what it felt like?
What you got?
It felt like the most recent Indiana Jones movie, where you're like, you're like,
Oh.
man, he can't be running around like this. Like I literally I met Harrison Ford in person like 15 years ago, and he was ancient then. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude.
Like we'll probably get to it in an episode down the road, but like even him in Captain America, I'm like, bro, are you okay? Like he was at the premiere for Captain America, like confused. He looked like he was like this man's not gonna make it to Doomsday. I'm sorry, like just stop.
But him, but then you got the great shot of him just like tweaking out before he turns red. Like Harrison Ford just going out in the hallway is the best.
Like you could tell there's like a difference in his like perception of the movie between the reshoots, because in the reshoots he seems a little bit disoriented compared to the actual thing, and it's just like, bro, are you okay? Like, but
No,
even,
it
it's so
makes me
bad.
sad. Let the greats retire.
Right.
They're good.
Like
Let
like
them
like
be.
I,
They have their
Harrison
time.
said he loves playing. He doesn't want to retire. He just wants to play old people. Like Harrison's like, they're gonna need old people. I just want to play old people. Like
which is
I'm not gonna
fair,
retire.
cool, but like let Frank rest. I'm sorry, like just let
Yeah.
Frank rest. I will say My favorite, like one of my favorite moments of the entire crossover was the Rocket Green Lantern part because and someone on Twitter was talking shit and it pissed me off because they're like, oh well, Sinestro's boots are in the corner and they're yellow, so that dispels your whole joke. But nah, I'm sticking to my headcanon here because Al Ewing wrote this amazing little 2-page spread and it spits in the face of Jeff Johns because like it straight up goes, yeah, nah, F the parallax entity. It doesn't matter what universe Hal Jordan goes to. He's still a problematic white man. And I'm like, yes, good job. Proud of you. Like, because like, damn what the colorist did. This is still Hal Jordan being crazy because of grief. Let him be a problematic white man. Let him do that. He's not the strongest willed in the galaxy. He's a problematic white man and let him do that. I'm sorry. Also, Rocket
is
just
true.
taking bitches out is just hilarious.
Yep.
Kelly
Jeff
Thompson
and
drawing Jeff
Crypto.
is adorable, yes.
Yeah, the Jeff and Crypto
Yeah.
had me dead, and I was so amazed on how well they were able to do a multiple page spread with no lines. You had very little lines that was in there. It was all artwork. It was enjoyment of just seeing what a comic is, what it's supposed to be, which is the comic. You get the story from that. You don't need to have a monologue in there to tell an entire story that's going on, but at the same time, you're able to lean on these artists to be like, show me something good. Give me a good story that's just these characters interacting, having a good time. And I was so happy to see that.
And like if you pull
The
up
story
I-
massaged my brain. Like it felt like I mean, things times are dark right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this it being so bright and happy and
it
cheerful
was
and like just
wholesome.
playful and fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say
There's something about
think.
crypto. Something about crypto saying Bork as well. That's just like yes.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I will say I was excited to see Kara in the one panel, but then I was hoping for Kate Bishop too, and I'm like, where's Kate Bishop? Where I need both my girls here. This is annoying.
Asking for too much.
Apparently.
Too
Too
much.
Apparently. But like
This was
Arrow-
a Crypto and
Arrow,
Jeff
and that's it.
crossover. You get one arrow.
and I think the arrow was cool. That like that was pretty solid. Like you gave me at least a showing that she's there in spirit. And that's what's so nice about the Jeff comic. If you look up Marvel Unlimited, like that's one of the most wholesome things that's on Marvel Unlimited is those Jeff books. They're starting to like publish them now at your local comic book store. Like there was one this week I
I've
thought
been
was
seeing
cool.
them pop up a bunch now.
Like, they're just like reprinting those Marvel Unlimited stories. And they're so wholesome for little kids to go check out Marvel Unlimited, and it's nice. And I enjoy that they're short, they're fun, like, and it adds that wholesome quality that you can see both companies still have a little bit of spirit left. Now, I will say,
It's so
go ahead, Smark.
It's so funny to see. It's so funny to see like advertise and the breakout star from the Marvel Rivals video game, Jeff the Land Shark.
Because
I'm like,
nobody
oh my
expected
God.
him to be a hit,
That's
bro.
hilarious.
I remember the day Marvel Rivals came out in beta, and all these people were online saying, "Who the fuck is Jeff the Shark?" And I'm like, bro, I've known Jeff for
Yes.
years. I've known Jeff who like ever since like he was with Gwenpool, he's been with Kate. I've loved Jeff, so to see Jeff there was great. And everyone's finding out he exists. I'm like, and I get it. It's hard to find healers for a game when there's not a lot of healers in Marvel comics, but like just the idea of Jeff healing people is so fun, and they even gave him a Venomized skin last season, which played into his comics. Like, great
beautiful.
stuff. So I will say my favorite written, the favorite short story that was well written and well drawn that felt cohesive was the Daredevil Green Arrow book, because Kevin Smith has written both characters and he did so well with both. And there was like these people online who was like, "Oh, Daredevil can't handle the League of Assassins. He's getting his costume cut up, man." And that. I'm like, this is a man who's written both of these characters at their lowest. Like, if you read Green Arrow Quiver, man has been killed and brought back from the dead. You have Daredevil who's been thrown into the gutter during his Smith's run. Like, we're just having fun here. Do you want, like, the Green Arrow with the long beard with tin cans on the end of his arrows? Like, do you want that gruff-ass shit? That's not what Kevin Smith's doing here. He can do that, but he's not doing that.
I just
also
love
say
how
that Count-
terrifying. Oh,
I was
I think me and
Count
B-Rax are probably going to say the same thing.
I was like, Count Vertigo is the perfect villain for Daredevil. So many, I
Yes.
haven't thought about it.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's right, Count Vertigo. You kind of like negate Daredevil's whole thing. Like,
That's
The
what you
one
call a
thing I
hard
loved,
counter.
too,
Like
was Arrow's whole boxing glove gimmick that they brought in, to where he was like, "Yeah, I ran over to the store and just crafted it up real quickly, just to have the old gag come out again." I found
And
that
it was Jack's
hilarious. I
glove. I
thought
was
that
like,
was
have it
great.
be Jack's. Oh man.
like tug at my heartstrings, why don't you? Like it was so subtle and such a good dig. And it was just like perfect. I will say, like, when I saw Vertigo mess with Matt, my immediate first instinct was like playing back to like the boys where Homelander just smacks old dude in the head. I'm like, damn, that's cold. But like, good job, Smith. Good job. Like that was very solid on my part. Like that was very well done. And I thought, like, in terms of writing, in terms of quality, in terms of knowing both characters to a T, very solid. Now,
No, it was a good team up, and it was one of those things that like I don't know, seeing Daredevil get like overwhelmed and then having Oliver there immediately to be like, okay, like come on, and they joke about it and like all this stuff. Like I don't know, like new friends are worth way more in my ledger. Like it's not only like cute and heartfelt, but I think it really, even in the short time that we had with it, really peered into like weaknesses and strengths of both these characters and how these characters easily fall into their like own man-made depressions, I like to say, with Mr. Queen and good old Matt Murdock. So to see them come together at the end and be like, okay, like we're friends, everything's good. I don't know. I think it was maybe like something that like, because for writing both of these characters, I can only imagine that like, damn, I wish these two had a friend. I'm taking away all these friends that they have. I wish these two had a friend, so to like come back and write them and make each other their friend and like kind of have that camaraderie there. I really appreciated it.
very much
I like
so.
that. Hmm.
I will say the last thing of the issue is the most, what I find the most annoying part of the book that has already got this issue to be worth $10 to $15 for cover A alone on the speculator market. Logo? What?
Dragon snicked.
I
Dragon snicked.
I sat here just like confused when I got home from the shop on Wednesday, and I'm sitting here reading this, and I'm just like, Bub Stitch, like
For me, it's the last of the Knucklesians, the main beauty. I'm like, oh
the
my
I was
main
god.
reading
beauty was
that
too much. Like it just,
so long, because I'm a fan of both those characters, but like the mixture in between the two felt like it should have worked, but the implementation felt like they kind of were like, we're throwing this on the wall. We need to get this printed out today. Let's just get this going. That's kind
What
of
do you
how it
mean
felt as I was going through
you
that.
don't like the made in Canada on the
right.
on the bike? That wasn't your favorite
I
touch?
literally saw it I literally saw it as you brought it up. I'm like, oh my god, that does say made in Canada.
Also, can we talk about the Thanoside copter? The idea that Thanoside is just hanging out at the bar. What's so cool about this is it would have been so easy for DC and Marvel to just rehash Amalgam, but they didn't. They didn't just throw Dark Blade on the page. They're saying, no, if we're gonna relaunch Amalgam, we're gonna do a new fresh batch of crazy people. And that gets me excited for the future of team ups, because we're not just gonna get Superman, Captain America, and like Storm, Wonder Woman. We're gonna get new ideas here. We're not gonna see
Yeah,
Spider
we are
Boy.
Crazy.
we are still getting Super Soldier though, because he does name drop Super Soldier.
He does, but like it makes me excited to see what is possible with new ideas, because who else could you put Batman with here? Like it leaves a little bit of ideas in the background of what's possible.
So this means if we do Bruce Wayne Agent of Shield, like the Bruce Wayne Nick Fury combo, is Bruce Wayne black? Is Bruce Wayne black? Does that make? Are we making Bruce Wayne black now?
I mean, don't you mean
He's
half
black, but he doesn't have an eye patch though.
I mean, don't you mean half black? Because Nick Fury Jr. actually is half black because they like poorly
We know what he's
implemented that.
meant to. We know what he's meant to be.
That grandpa. That
We know
grandpa.
what they want.
Just one drop. I didn't make the rule.
But can we talk about that though? That's one of my favorite like weird facts that we've ever had because it wasn't enough that we had Ultimate Nick Fury be Sam Jackson because Mark Millar really likes Sam Jackson. No, we don't want problematic white Nick Fury around anymore. So we're gonna have him fuse with Uatu and then have his son be half black but also look like Sam Jackson. And it's like, wait.
No, and it's like, how do I explain that to my peers now? Now I'm reading a comic and they look and they say, like, what do I say? I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's like grandpa. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna explain to you.
Are you sure?
This might maybe okay. I might not be a little not woke enough, not PC, but man, I really missed like slimy white Nick Fury. I missed I missed when heroes couldn't trust him. I missed when you didn't know. Like, man,
I think it was good for Shield. I don't know.
I was like, you're a slimy piece of shit, man.
I think it was good for Shield.
Like Black Nick Fury is great, but he's too trustworthy. Like I don't like that I trust him.
He's too MCU funny.
Yeah,
that's okay.
You know?
It's just weird because like we've sort of I didn't even know this. Apparently, like Nick Fury just like stopped being fused with fucking Uatu a few years ago. But like I thought I thought he was still fused with him. I totally forgot.
No, that's what I was saying. How do I explain this to somebody?
and it just leaves you like, and it leaves you kind of confused. And I'm like, oh, so he's just an old piece of shit now. Okay, cool. That makes more sense. But like, that does raise the question though. If he's not fused with Uatu anymore, where's Ulysses? Like, what happened to Ulysses? We haven't addressed that.
Listen, Bendis has no idea. Like, we're just
no idea.
Can you clip that sound bite right there? Bendis has no idea, and we'll just reuse that throughout the entirety of the show. Bendis has no idea.
That reminds me of when the Weekly Pool back in the day used to just say "Honey Bendis don't give a fuck," like how they had like "Honey Badger don't give a fuck." Like that's literally how it used to be. Was just straight up Bendis will not give a fuck about your canon. He will do whatever he wants, and you will be okay with that. And it just used to be like that. Yeah, like to this day, will I always love Bendis for creating Miles and Riri? Yes. Will I always also hate Bendis for creating the time displaced X-Men? Also yes, because you messed with canon for so long and created these problematic individuals, and it's annoying as hell. So like that will always bug the crap out of me. Like, do I love that Bobby Drake is gay now? Yes, but did they need to be here for us to get that? No. Ugh.
I know, and I also still have mixed feelings about the way that whole thing happened.
You're gay.
Oh
Bobby,
my
you're
goodness.
gay.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, what?
It's like I see it in your brain, Bobby. You're gay. It's like, wait, that feels like implantation.
If my classmate,
did you just out me to myself? What the hell?
If my teammates, somebody that I have to not only see tomorrow at training, but see you in class. Jean Grey fans have never recovered from that.
Bro,
moment.
Jean Grey fans haven't had a good day in years, bro. Like it's like that woman comes back and dies so many times.
No, she doesn't even get the chance.
Like they put her in a throuple with Logan and Cyclops a few years ago. Wasn't
that the third X-Men or something?
Like it's crazy what they've done to that poor girl, and it like
please don't get me started. Oh my goodness.
Leaving out Cucked by Emma Frost, one of my favorite mutants. Cucked by Emma Frost.
I blame Morrison for that one.
I stay over on the DC end of things.
Oh no, we're about to open your eyes to so many things. Like
I play Marvel Rivals, and that gets fishy now.
So I sent this to my buddy. There was a meme of like it was a meme of just like, oh, like your boyfriend used to like have sex with me, and then the girl was like, I know, I used to record it. Someone said this is every X-Men relationship. This is every X-Men romance. This is every X-Men romance.
Thank you. And it's like I don't understand why Jean Grey as a character takes all the heat for everything that happens between Scott and Miss Queen, because it's like at the end of the day, Scott really, really loves telepaths. Yes. And that's nobody's problem but his.
He really wants you to beat
Because it
up his
doesn't-
ass. That's all it is. Like,
because
That's nobody's fault, but like nobody can. That's his character flaw.
like Emma, Pryor, Jean. Man has a
Both
trend.
of them.
I mean,
I
can we
see-
also acknowledge that the throuple, that throuple was more of a, this is my boyfriend and his boyfriend.
But like we
Like-
still haven't addressed that though. Like Hickman just hinted at that, and we never have addressed that since. It's been like the ultimate like fan thing ever, and we never have addressed that ever because Marvel editorial probably was
we
like,
have
what the
adjoining
fuck?
rooms, and
Yes.
don't
It
worry
kind
about
of
it.
makes me so mad because it's like, well, now, well, like it's one of those things that like talking to new age X-Men fans, it's like that's what they think of. And it's like, no, yeah, like I totally see you and I totally get it, but like there's a lot more here than like the love triangle between these three characters. It starts off a lot of things. It's an avenue into a lot of different storylines, but like, listen, Hickman, I have like amazing, cool, but like that's one of those things that I'm like, you either go all the way, you don't put it in there. Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's the same thing with Tim Drake, where like for years you had people hinting at it, and it just never happened. And then finally, DC got progressive enough and allowed it, and it was like, okay, cool. We because even back in the day, you had writers being like they're just straight up just like Judd Winnick in the Young Justice Teen Titans book was like, yo, we're gonna hint at this and we're just gonna let it ride. And then like for years he would tell people on like Reddits and things like that, like, yeah, no, I totally meant for that to happen. Like it would like because if you even look up Judd Winnick, man has a whole backstory where he was in the real world and had like a gay roommate and shit. Like he did that intentfully, but we've just
No,
opened
it's
up
like-
so many doors now.
Say what you want to say, but like don't do it with my X-Men. Because with the X-Men, it's one of those things that you don't have to write it in there. I'm gonna think it.
I mean, to be fair, we
I'm
live
just gonna think
we
it.
live in a world where Wolverine cut Storm's hair while doing her. So like, there's things that we just exist now. Choco is gonna grow.
This is the X-Men. This is leftist infighting. This is its own little world that's always existed. It doesn't need the subtleties. It's 100 or 0.
We've just opened up so many doors that we're going to have to explain on other podcasts later on. Between Bendis, between Hickman, we've opened up so many doors, and it's gonna be so much fun breaking this down.
Who wrote the X? Who wrote it when like Storm got like inverted? So she like went to like Quentin Quire's bar and was like tonguing women and stuff.
What?
When she, it was like during the Axis event where like she goes
Oh
inverted
yeah, I
and
forgot
Storm-
about. I try to
Storm,
block
like,
out
Storm
Axis
goes
from my
in.
mind, man. Like,
I love Axis with all my heart, and I will say that like Axis is beloved to me. I don't care.
No, because
tie-ins were weird, but I think Axis.
yes,
is
because the
great.
tie-ins were weird. Yes, exactly. Like Axis will. Oh god, we're gonna have to roast Axis one day. Oh god, that's gonna be crazy. Like I will.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
You
Yeah,
guys
like-
are giving me homework now.
Oh, bro! Like that's gonna be the fun part of like having some DC fans, some Marvel fans, and it's gonna make the CU roast episodes perfect because there's gonna be 2 like normal episodes a month, but then there's gonna be a bonus like, hey, we'll record this in advance on a different weekend day and be like, this is the CU roast of the month, and it will be fun. But like the idea is that like whatever random crappy event, whether it be Axis, whether it be like Civil War 2, whether it be All-Star Batman and Robin, which that'll be a fun one.
That would be fun, yeah.
Like, there's gonna be some weird episodes, like the Harley Quinn farting comic. Like, there's gonna be some weird stuff talked about.
Don't even start me on that.
Why
one.
does
As a
my
Harley
comic
Quinn
shop
fan,
still have stacks
oh,
of it?
that hurt me. That hurt
My
me.
comic shop still has stacks of it. They're there. I see them. There's like a good like 30, 40 in the package. They've not been moved. They put
My
them in the
comic
back now
shop
because it's unsightly.
Refused to order those ones in. I went up to her and I was like, "So you saw about how that one released, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, no. I had one guy come in and tell me that he wanted it, and I said that I will order it for you, and you have to show up and get it. If you don't, I am throwing it away. I do
That's
not want it
fair.
in my shop."
Good for her.
That reminds me of when like Marvel sent Secret Empire promotional packages to comic shops and said, we want you to turn your comic shop into a Nazi propaganda piece. And it was like, what? Come again? like I need you to run that back. Like I remember because I had a comic shop near my campus with during college when Secret Empire was coming out, and he straight up told me no. yo, the email from Marvel said they want you to like double see Kyle say Hail Hydra when people walk into shops. Like there's
Oh.
so like no like there we're gonna have some fun on this show. We're gonna have guests. We're gonna have fun stuff go on. Like I'm gonna put.
Hey, but you guys aren't gonna make fun of Rick Grayson though, right?
Grayson.
Sir, I need you to understand something here. If you're going to be on the show, if you need to understand, if you're going to be on the show, you're going to understand that this is a Dan Dio hate channel. Like, I hate Dan Dio with every fiber of my being. Between Rick Grayson and the assassination of Wally West's character in Heroes in Crisis, I have bullets for days to lay into Dan Dio. Like, we're going to be here a while on multiple different episodes explaining why I hate Dan Dio, why I hate Tom King. Like, I will bash like whoever I want, and it'll be a great time. And I love Astro just like, yeah, like there'll be like a hit list of like creators we don't want here and creators we do want here. So like, definitely understand that. They're like it's like that hit list from Billy Madison, where like you're on the list.
I'm sure glad I called that guy.
and also in the name of Patrick Starr, I will say my name's not Rick. But anywho,
Just to say, if I'm here, Donnie Cates is in a safe space for you, bro.
oh, you know, that's fine. I love Donnie Cates. Donnie Cates is great. I feel like he has a pass.
No, I said this ain't a safe space for him.
Oh, really? Why?
I'm coming.
What he did for Inhumans.
Oh, it's because of Inhumans? Okay, that's fair.
He wrote Death of the Inhumans.
Well, that's because we had to fix things. That wasn't his fault. That was editorial's fault. But like granted, I can say that about my issues with Dan Dio. But like anyway, but like I will say I have no beef with Donnie Cates. My only issue with Donnie Cates is I think he has a really weird fascination with hentai because man likes symbiotes a little too much. But that's okay. We don't kink shame here. That's fine. Like
I will say his Thanos incredible. I love
his Thanos is great. I will give you that. Yes, his Thanos is great. In terms of wrapping up the show, B-Rax, what books are you excited about for next week?
Okay, so for next week, it's Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 12. I am excited for that one just because I am finally all caught up with my Wonder Woman. I missed issue like 3 and 5, went to the comic book shop this week, ended up picking up 4 by accident, so I'm going back on Monday so I can re-pick up 5 and have the entire set. And this is like the first time I will have an entire set of a comic book run ever. So I'm excited about that I'll actually be keeping up on something now. Okay. And then Harley Quinn, issue number 54. I'm a Joker Harley Quinn fan all the way, so I always just got to pick up anything that's related to them. And then I'm trying to branch out more, be a little bit more into Marvel, so I'm looking at the new Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider issue number 2.
Also, if you want to jump into the Absolute Universe, this is just for anybody, not just B-Rax. Ultimate Hawkeye number 1 starts tomorrow. So that'd be something to dive into. They like repitched him as instead of just being trained by Native Americans, he is Native American, and I was like, okay, I could buy that. That's something I could buy. Also, Mr. Terrific year 1 number 5 comes out, so we're slowly getting to the end of that, which makes me very sad. But we're getting Black Lightning in it, which is also a member of the Black People That DC Hates Club. So like it's okay, it's okay. But it's just sad to see that like Black folks are hated by the big two. It makes me sad. Also, if you're a millennial, Power Rangers TMNT number 2 comes out tomorrow. I don't understand why we're getting another Ninja Turtles Power Rangers crossover, but what do you know?
It's because it's Fortnite. It's because Power Rangers is Fortnite season.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. And then like we're getting a 3rd printing of Absolute Martian Manhunter. Was that shit that good? Damn.
Yeah,
I actually missed that one, and I'm super excited to be picking that one up too.
I haven't even read it yet, but it looks like it definitely looks like something Jeff Lemire wrote. So like, I'll have to read it. If you haven't
read it yet, it is great. It messes with your mind for a little bit of time too. I had to go back and read it a few times just to be like, did I get that right? Did I understand that right?
It's amazing. Absolute Martian Manhunter is so amazing. I think the work being done with the visuals alongside this kind of like mind meld with the text is kind like, in terms of recent, the best relationship I'm seeing right now between like visuals and the text.
Which is so crazy because like, I'm over here expecting like Jeff Lemire to have written this, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, it's a whole different author than Jeff Lemire, because it looks like some Black Hammer level like artistic vision shit that I'm used to from Jeff Lemire, and then I see it's a whole other person, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's give it a shot. I'm down. So we'll definitely have to peep that tomorrow. Like, granted, my pull list is looking a little scarce. Also, I don't know who's doing my man Wally West so dirty with this weird black and red suit, but somebody help my man, get him in some better clothes. But that is the end of the first episode. Smark, get off your phone. You're the guest. What is your?
I'm looking at the solicitation. I am literally looking at what's coming out. I am literally looking at what's coming out.
I'm trying to figure out my pull list the day before.
I'm looking at what's coming out, and we can start. We're talking. Cause I'm seeing there's a Star Wars comic. Doctor Afra Chaos Agent. Dr. Afra's great. Don't read her stuff.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. Don't yell at me.
We'll have to cover some Star Wars.
Damn it.
We'll have to do a couple Star Wars episodes at some point. But no. What is your closing statement for this first episode? Since you are our reoccurring guest.
I was so excited to be a part of this. I love discussing this. I love discussing it, especially with like fellow nerds of color, nerds in minority spaces. Comics, storytelling in general is one of my greatest passions in life, and I love sharing that passion with people, and I'm excited that we all get to share these things that we're very passionate about with each other and the audiences that will be listening to it. So we're going to passion all over you guys, audience. Yes, passion everywhere. I specifically said it like that for a reason. That's right. That's the energy I'm going to be bringing as this series goes on.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, also, yes, this guy, Jedi Smark, is a professional DM. So anyone listening, hire him to run your.
Yes, pay me and I'll pretend with you. If you pay me, I'll pretend and do math with you.
That sounds like you're a tax assistant. Like you help people with their taxes, but you also are an escort at the same time. That's what that doesn't sound like.
When I'm there playing, when I'm doing D&D and I explain like, okay, so like we're gonna move the 4. I feel like a tax like person. I'm like, so we're gonna move the 4 and like have the 3 over your character sheet, and then like I'm like, wait a minute, like
which is
this
cool.
Is a game. I swear.
When I hear I'm gonna role play with you and do math with you, it sounds like you're a part-time escort but a part-time like tax agent. Like that's what.
Which one is the side job?
Exactly.
Which one is the side job?
But all right, B-Rax, like, what is your closing statement for this episode, man?
For me, it's stay positive. Everybody enjoy your comic books. Make sure you go and order those comic books and just spread positivity wherever you go. These superheroes are meant to bring you hope, bring you joy, bring you something new to think about every single week. And so that's the whole point of this podcast too. Give you guys a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of hope to get on through the week so you guys can get to those comic books next week.
All right. Choco, how do you want to leave these people for the day?
I mean, similar fashion. Just read comics and spread love. We get more people, of color behind the scenes. I think that was a big theme of what we all said. Talking about stuff with Miles Morales, or even talking about stuff with Wonder Woman. We need people who are into that mythology to tell their story, so that they know what the hell they're talking about. And we gotta stop letting Bendis do a bunch of stuff. Anyways,
Bendis has like written a book recently. I think he's kind of on a lull right now. I don't even know if Bendis is even writing anything right now. Like, I'll have to look into that. Astro, how do you want to leave these people before you off to your football game?
Off to my football game, as if I'm not gonna watch football, guys. I'm gonna go out in the dark, and it's gonna be me in the world with a football, right? Yes. Like reiterating what everybody was saying, at the end of the day, superheroes and our comic media is kind of what has shaped America and this country. So at the end of the day, whether you feel any sort of emotion like fear, just uncertainty and confusion, superheroes and its medium were and are a way to inspire hope and to inspire new perspectives. And that's why we do this, because at the end of the day, read as many comics as you want to. It's really easy to get stuck in a certain writer, but it's kind of one of those things that we have our own recommendations. We have things that make us really happy, and they make us happy for a reason. So whether it's not your cup of tea or whether you've just never tried it before, we invite you on this show to just open up and read it. Comics, it doesn't take that long. Like it's meant to be accessible. It's meant to be quick, so you can go to sleep and digest that information.
Fair,
So
fair
that's all
enough.
from Astro.
Fair enough. Like one thing that I want to hit on that Choco kind of hit on, and like the one thing that we've talked about on the show is, and we're going to continue to talk about this as we have other episodes, as we have other guests, is we need to make sure the people who live certain experiences are allowed to tell their stories. And one thing that resonates with that to me a lot is shortly like before the show when we started recording today is Kelly Thompson dropped a giant thing on her Substack talking about how the last issue of Birds of Prey is coming out in December. And the thing that resonated with me a lot as I was reading this is saying goodbye to a title you love doesn't really get easier, but having a longer run as we did here and having some notice you have a chance to end on a slightly better foot really helps you how to feel about it. But it doesn't still make it feel great. I loved these characters in this book and hate moving on without them. The thing about it that really bugs me is a lot of the time we see the Batmans, the Spider-Mans, the Supermans, and see they have an immunity because they've been around for so long. But then you see like smaller titles that star women, star characters of color, star queer individuals, and like it feels as if unless you are the Trinity or you have a movie, you're not going to last long. And even in some cases, like Blue Beetle, where you don't even get to stay around long. And you look at a team like the Birds of Prey, and you see a fully stacked team of women written by a woman, and you see characters develop. You even see like brand new characters like Sin Lance come out that like in that book that's been so pivotal to that run. And it makes me sad because Birds of Prey is one of the biggest victims of reprinting and relaunching constantly every time we have a new initiative at DC. And it makes me sad because I would rather just see that go on under a different creator and see it continue to do great. But I do agree with what Thompson said is that sometimes you don't even get a chance to end on a good note. Sometimes you have a Red Hood situation where your knees are cut out from under you. Sometimes you have a different situation where you have plans for an ongoing and you only get 6 issues. Like, you will get chopped down because of sales, and that's going to be something that we say at the end of every episode, is make sure that you are going to your local comic book shop and pre-order your books. The solicitations come out 2 to 3 months in advance. Yes, I understand that times are tough, that digital feels more accessible to some people, that trade paperbacks feel more accessible to people, but without you pre-ordering the books you say you want heroes of. I hear all the time like, oh, I want a Static Shock book. Oh, I want a Storm book. Storm has an ongoing right now, and her sales are in the toilet. Like, you can support the characters you want to see published if you are pre-ordering those books. So make sure that you are picking up your pull list, because how the hell are publishers supposed to know what you want if that you don't support it? Thank y'all so much for being here. It feels so good to be back doing this after like what 4 or 5, 6 years. We used to do this on our panel to panel, and it was a great time. But now we are in our new name, a great like rebrand, and it feels really good to do this. I have a great cast here, and I'm super excited for the next episode. We will catch y'all next time. Out.